But this is Love on the Pod. Welcome. It's I guess it's a bonus episode that we're doing today. So we'll talk
Yeah,
about it.
because I'm
And
gonna post
maybe,
it tomorrow. So
okay, sounds good. So welcome to Love on the Pod, a podcast about all the cheesy romantic TV movies we adore. I am Sherry.
and I'm Jessica.
And today we are talking about Christmas at Sea, the Hallmark four-part documentary that showcases Cruise 2 from the Christmas Cruise from last November 2024. As we've mentioned before, we went on the inaugural cruise, so we were not part of this filming. Such a bummer, but we're going to talk about it. But
But
before we
is
do, I
it?
wanted, yeah, okay, we're on the same wavelength. I
But
have,
is it a
and I
bummer?
guess
I'm not sure.
I guess that's why I have so many notes because is it a bummer? Was it scripted? Okay, you you make
You
your
be
own
the
best guess.
judge of that.
But before we dive into that, I thought we would do some current events. I just
Yeah.
learned that Great American Family has started a book club,
hmm
and they will meet monthly over Zoom to discuss classic books. And it says by signing up for the Great American Book Club, you'll receive invites to all virtual meetings and exclusive access to the recorded discussions after the event. And now in July, they read Guarded by Angela Coral. It's obviously too late because I think the Zoom meeting for that is happening on July 31st, which by the time this airs, it will be that day. So,
Unless you're a speed reader.
unless you're a speed reader, you can sign up at greatamericanfamily.com. I didn't see anywhere where it said there was any kind of cost. So don't take my word for it. You can dig deeper. I didn't sign up. I signed up for the email. Um, and I think that's all you do. So I'm
Cool.
gonna watch my email for it and hopefully hop on in August.
I wonder how much
Uh,
talking you get to do on the Zoom. Like, I wonder how many people are on it.
yeah,
Is it
because if you have
1,000? Is it
hundreds,
50? Is it,
yeah,
yeah. I'd be interested just to hop on just to see, even if I didn't read the book, just to kind of see
hmm
what's this experience like. Is it worth reading the book?
And how do they keep people from talking over? Because there's just two of us right now, and when there's three of us, it's really hard to not talk over one another because we have so much to say. So how do they keep that without it being just a mess of
Yeah.
people just chattering? So yeah, it'd be interesting. I would be interested to see how that works.
hmm
Another one that I'm excited about is Hallmark, and they're doing a show called Baked with Love Holiday.
Ooh.
It's set to premiere later this year. It's Hallmark's new competition series starring Tamara Mowry Housley, and she'll help guide competitors on the week to week baking journey. My dogs are barking now, of course. Of course, my dogs are barking.
We have kids screaming,
Um,
dogs barking, guns
this is
going
real life.
off.
In case you were wondering if we have our studio, we do not.
No,
I'm in the office of my little farmhouse. Jessica's at her home.
I'm in the
Someone just
office
walked
and
in the
my
door, I
six-year
think.
old is 2 feet away from me.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
you know, Someday we'll have a studio, but today is not the day. I actually looked
today's not that.
into renting a studio for when we record, especially for
Hmm.
interviews, so I make sure I don't get interrupted. They're like minimum $100 an hour.
Oh my
It's
gosh,
crazy.
wow.
And you bring your own
Yeah.
equipment. It's not like you're using their equipment. It's just for the room. And I'm
Yeah.
like, what? Isn't there like an open house somewhere where I can just sit in the bedroom and
Yeah.
use that?
Because there is, I think it's the Tacoma, I want to say it's the Chamber of Commerce. I think that's right. Anyway, they were going to open up some podcast studio space and all the
Mhm.
equipment would be there. No idea how much it costs. Probably a lot.
Yeah.
So, and then you're limited to their schedule as well.
Right. Yeah.
So, but anyway, Baked with Love. It's as I said, it's starring Tamara Mowry Housley, and she will be joined on the judges panel with renowned Irish chef and restaurateur. Is that how you say that? Anna Howe and New York Times cooking expert Vaughn Vreeland. So I'm excited for that one. They're going to be baking up all kinds of holiday goodies,
Yeah.
and it's competition. As we mentioned last time, Gilmore Girls merch is at Hallmark, and I had to get online and look at all the stuff. I want the
Oh
dish
yeah, of
towel. I
course you do.
want the appetizer plates. I want the Stars Hollow mat blanket. I want the Lounge Fly backpack. It's like $80. Do I need it? No. Do I want it? 100%. It's
That's
so cute.
funny. Felicity was looking at Loungefly the other day. She's like, I think Nana would love this. And it was the Gilmore Girls backpack.
Yeah. I want
They actually
either
have a
that
couple
one.
versions, I think.
Oh, do they? I only
Yeah.
saw one, but yeah, I've been looking at some Winnie the Pooh ones on Poshmark and Mercari, but I haven't I haven't purchased any yet. So,
After
and then fine,
Christmas, Box Lunch
yeah.
always has good sales on
Oh,
Loungefly. That's where I got
good to know.
Felicity's uh, Coraline backpack. And she
We took
still
Felicity to
loves
the
that.
box lunch store. I didn't know there was such a thing. It is so cool.
It's awesome. It's
We
like the
must have
less
spent,
scary version of Hot Topic.
yeah, a
You
lot of really
know?
fun, happy stuff. We
Yeah,
must have spent
yeah.
like an hour in there. It was
Oh yeah.
awesome.
It's easy to do for sure.
And finally, Lifetime is premiering a movie on August 15th at 8 p.m. Central called nope, it's called Eat, Pray, Lie. And you will enjoy this one, Jess. I'm going to give you a little synopsis. Did you look this one up?
No, I have not heard of this one. I thought you were going to talk about the Alexa Penavega one, so I'm excited to hear about
No.
this.
No, this is called Eat, Pray, Lie. After finding out that her new husband Will cheated on her during their engagement, Sophia takes solace in her weekly yoga class with her best friend Haley. Then handsome classmate Jonathan invites them to join him on a yoga retreat in Big Sur. Little does Sophie know that while she is at the secluded oasis, someone is watching and recording her every move.
Is it
So
Jonathan?
life I was gonna say Lifetime likes their yoga retreat mysteries. So yeah, I'm
Anybody we
excited. I'm gonna watch that.
recognize in this movie?
You know what? I didn't write down who is in it, but just from the photo that I saw, I didn't recognize the actors, but
Hmm.
we'll see.
I'm excited to watch the new Lifetime movie with Alexa Penavega, which is already out or comes out very soon. It's called Before Your Father Finds Us.
Mm.
And I think the premise is a mom with her kid or kids, escaped the dad. He was in prison and then he got out and he shows up at their door one day and then chaos ensues. So,
Oh.
um,
Interesting. I'd like to see her in a role like that because I thought she was primarily doing Pure Flix movies,
yeah.
GAC movies.
Yeah, I feel like she peppers herself around, which I think is cool to flex your talent like that and be able to do different things for sure. So, um,
Yeah, and not be pigeonholed into one certain kind of a role or character.
yeah. I also saw Hallmark released or pre-orders for their wine advent calendar. Have you seen this?
No.
24 mini bottles of wine, one for every day until Christmas Eve. It's $119.99. It's on sale right now if you pre-order it, and it ships in October. And I have not purchased it for myself, but I'm now that I
How
clicked on it once, I'm
fun.
getting targeted by it over and over and over.
Ah,
Yeah,
almost makes me want to start drinking wine again.
I know. I'm like, it's just a tiny bottle. I'll just
Yeah. Then you could
I
say
need
I
to get
drank a bottle of wine.
then I need to get the boot and then I pour it in the
Oh,
boot
there
and
you
do
go.
the boot shot. But
Yep.
yeah, yeah, because I don't do liquor shots. Nothing.
No. Oh my gosh, those days are
With it.
long gone.
No. I don't know if those
So
days ever
yeah,
arrived for me.
that's all the current events I have. Anything you wanted to bring up before we jump into Christmas at Sea?
No, just the advent calendar. That was it.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, so we're going to talk about Christmas at Sea sale number 2 from November of 2024. And if you don't know, it's a Hallmark cruise that's just amazing. Everything is Hallmark decorated. There's Hallmark talent above aboard the ship. I don't know why words are so hard right now.
Above, they're flying. They're floating in the
They're
air.
above. Yeah.
That's how magical it
Oh
is.
my God. That's right. Um, and as we said, we went on sale 1, so we got to kind of be the guinea pigs for how it would go. And then sale 2, they recruited some super fans to come aboard and kind of be followed by the cameras during the duration of the cruise. And that's what this documentary is about. So
Yep.
on sale 2, the Hallmark talent in attendance were Jonathan Bennett. Again, he returned as the host extraordinaire, and he is such a good host. So engaging, so fun. And then we had Nikki DeLoach, Andrew Walker, Paul Campbell, Tyler Hynes, a fan favorite, Kimberly Sested, Benjamin Ayers, Wes Brown, Taylor Cole, Sarah Drew, and Aaron Cahill. And I thought we'd just go through and kind of talk about who the super fans were and what their backstory is, and
Yeah.
kind of probably why they got chosen. They all have a unique story. So first we have Rob and Donna, and they met at the gym 9 years ago. They're both super fit. I don't know how old they are. I want to say, I don't want to guess because I could be terribly wrong.
Somewhere
But
in their 50s
I would
ish,
say,
maybe a little bit
yeah,
older. I don't,
late
yeah.
late 50s ish. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they met at the gym and they hit it off. They had both been married, from what I gathered before, and they have children, not together, obviously. Um, but he broke two of her ribs adjusting her pack, which I thought,
But
would
you
that
know what?
be?
Our cheer coach used to crack our back like that at
Yeah,
cheer practice, and she shouldn't have been doing that, but she did.
no.
And I can
Uh-huh.
see how if you are a stronger person and you're doing it on a bench, you could totally
Yeah.
break somebody's ribs
Oh, for
easily.
sure.
Yeah.
Now, would
Yeah.
that be a deal breaker for you? If a guy broke your ribs, would you go out with him?
I guess it depends on how much I liked him. I don't know. I'm like, I'll see you in 6 to 8 weeks while I recover.
Yeah.
The fact that they came back from that says a lot about their relationship, I think.
Yeah. And they continued to date for, I think it said 9 years.
Hmm.
And so on this cruise, he's got this great idea that he's going to propose to her. Not only that, he has packed a wedding dress. So obviously she had one picked out already. They had probably discussed marriage.
Yeah, because they were
Um,
going to get married and then she had to have brain surgery. So they put it
that's
off.
right.
Yeah.
That's right. She had brain surgery. And so she's had her dress, she's had her veil and all the things. So he packed it discreetly and he's planning on proposing to her at some point on the cruise. Not only is he planning on proposing to her, but he wants to actually get married on the cruise, which is a lot for someone to take in, but we'll let you know how that goes. Then
Yeah.
there's 16-year-old Nate Maylock and his two grandmas, Kathy and Carol, who are just happen to be best friends. Nate had a big social media presence on the cruise Facebook page, and so a lot of the cruisers already knew who he was. I thought that was really cute.
Hmm.
He arrived on the ship, and everybody's like, "Hey, Nate!" But
Yeah.
they really didn't follow him much more than that. They introduced him and his grandmas, and they ran into Erin Cahill in
Yeah.
the gift shop later on, had a little conversation with her, and she bought everything that they wanted to
Yes.
purchase as a gift to them. And that's really all we saw of them. We saw little glimpses, but that's all the interaction we had with them.
Yeah. So I wonder, I just wonder, maybe because his grandmas were older, so maybe they weren't out and about as much. And so
Okay.
maybe they just didn't have as much content. But yeah,
Hmm.
their story was very short. And I expected
Hmm.
it to be more just based on the Facebook page interaction and
Yeah.
everybody being so excited about his story coming on the cruise for his 16th birthday with his grandmas. Like,
Hmm.
not a lot of kids want to do that. So,
No.
um, and that his two grandmas are best friends, which is also really
Yeah.
cute. Oh,
But then we have Gail and Alicia. They're best friends for 46 years, and they're celebrating their 60th birthdays together on the cruise. And Alicia loves Tyler Hynes, just loves him. I
mhm.
thought they were adorable. They were so engaging, so funny,
Yeah.
really a true testament to an enduring friendship. It kind of reminded me of my friend Tina and myself, who we've known each other since we were 13 years old. We met in the seventh grade, so we've been friends for a very long time.
Mhm.
Um, and one's kind of like Tina and I. One's kind of the more outgoing one. Tina will dance in any Starbucks if there's good music playing, and I'm more the introverted one. So it's a good balance. And Alicia and Gail try to um, balance each other out, and Alicia tries to get Gail out of her comfort zone.
Yes.
Laura and Victoria, they're sisters and best friends. Laura has written a screenplay, a Hallmark screenplay that she's hoping to present to some of the Hallmark talent, which I'm thinking, gosh dang it, why the heck didn't we do that?
Why don't you do
What the
that?
heck?
I'm not going to be writing a screenplay anytime soon, but
No, but we should have at least had cards with our, our little love on the pod photo, and here we are, and come talk to us, or, meet us in the
I just think I
Lido
didn't get drunk
deck.
enough. Okay. I didn't need him
And
to-
I was on crutches, so yeah.
I just couldn't. I could not bring myself to just go up to somebody and like fall all over them. And no shade to anybody who does do that, because
Yeah.
good for you. But
Uh-huh.
I could not bring myself to do it.
Well, we saw most of them in the elevator lobby. They
Mhm.
just got off the elevator and they're standing right with us. And I didn't want to go over and say,
Yeah, we're looking at
hey.
each other. We're like, should we do something? Should we say something? No. Okay. I'll
No,
just stand here.
I just waved and we got a little wave back, and that was that. I mean, if they would have said, come on over, do you want a picture? I would have been, heck yeah, I do.
Yeah.
But I'm not that bold, especially
Yeah.
because I know that all, what is it, 3,500 other people are also wanting that little moment, that little meet cute, and
Yes.
it's got to be exhausting for the artists.
But I also have to, or should have, reminded myself that that's literally what they're there for. It's not like you're stopping them at the grocery store with their kids. They're
Right.
literally there to do that. And if they're out and about, it's because they're open to it. Because
Mhm.
they were in the Haven Suites, which is like they have their own pool, their own private restaurant. They
Yeah.
never had to leave that area if they didn't want to,
Mhm.
except for their events. But a lot of people did. So,
Yeah,
you know,
they have the ability to go and have some quiet time if they want to. So if we were to do it again, I think absolutely I would just have to step out of my comfort zone and say, hey, there's, whoever, Erin Cahill, I want to say hello to her and tell her
yeah.
that I love this movie and I think she's great.
Yep. Yep.
So, and then finally, oh, and Victoria is a local theater director. So together they kind of, they work in the theater, and Laura's
Yes.
the writer. Then finally we have Carrie, Paige, and Alexandra. Carrie is the mother of Paige. Alexandra is her daughter-in-law. And Carrie claims that Wes Brown is not her hall pass. He's her Hallmark pass. So if the situation should present itself, it's all good because he's her Hallmark pass. And I cannot imagine saying that to somebody.
That part gave me the ick. And
Oh,
they seem like such nice people.
oh,
They
for
were just
sure.
very excited. But I'm like, oh my gosh, I would be mortified. First of all, if you said that to someone in front of me,
You'd be like, oh my God, Mom.
then if I said it myself, I would also
Abort,
be
abort.
mortified. Stop, I
Yeah.
don't know her. Take off your matching t-shirts.
And afterwards, I'd be like, did I really just say that? First off, I'm married. I
I
don't
think
have
he
any
is
kind of a hall
too,
pass.
right? Is he married?
Well, and I think so. And he kind of looked like, okay.
What? That is, I mean, I'm sure they get, yes, he's married.
Yeah.
He's been married since 2008 to a woman named
Okay.
Amanda.
All right. So
Yes.
hopefully he's not looking for a Hallmark pass.
Oh, he's from Fort Worth. Interesting.
Interesting.
I did not know that.
So, yeah, so that takes us to the pre-cruise interviews. They show up at the superfans' homes and kind of get to know them.
Mhm.
And so that's where I wanted to know your initial thoughts. Is it up to this point? Is it what you thought it was going to be? Is it different?
So I will say that watching the very front intro where they were like panning over the cruise ship, that part got me a little bit emotional because
Too.
it like we enjoyed the cruise while we were there, but in
Mhm.
hindsight, it just because it's been almost a year now, which is crazy.
Mhm.
But it just reminds you, like, oh, that was so fun. Like it was just so fun, and it also made me think about like I really feel bad for the people who didn't let it be fun, for
Yeah.
themselves,
Mhm.
who were busy complaining the entire time.
Uh-huh.
And so we had a great time. We were, and even with an injury where you could have easily just been whining the entire time
Mhm.
and it have been justified. Uh, we, it was just a really sweet, fun, wonderful time. So
Yeah.
I did not expect to get any kind of emotional watching this,
Me
but I
either.
did.
But you see the decor and they're panning around the ship and you're like, "Oh, I remember that magical feeling
Ah,
when I first walked into the
yes.
lobby and it's Christmas not just Christmas, but Hallmark Christmas everywhere, and everyone has a smile on their face, and everybody's getting almost teary eyed because they're so giddy with excitement. It just, and
Yeah.
and to your point, I think it is. It's what you make of it, because there's going to be a lot of people there. They're going to all want to get up close and personal with the Hallmark talent. They're going to all want to go to certain events, and there's going to be long lines, and you just have to go with it. Either you can be a Scrooge about it, or you can say, you know what? I am here, and there are literally 40,000 people who were on the wait list that never got on the ship, and we are some of the lucky ones.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
really
I,
celebrate
in
that.
fact, on one of the promos on Hallmark's Instagram, I saw somebody comment after she watched the Christmas at Sea. This is not reality. You owe everybody on the first cruise a refund. And I'm like, yeah, it's not reality. This was not our experience. We did not get to play
No,
basketball with Tyler Hynes, okay?
no, no.
With
I didn't even
nobody
know there
else
was a
around.
basketball court.
We did
No,
not do that. Like, that's not real life. This was
yeah.
staged. It's not
Uh-huh.
real.
And I'm here
um,
to tell you, folks, no reality show is real.
no.
It's all scripted and edited in such a way that, why? Because they want people to watch it, and they want to create excitement, or in some scenes or some scenarios in some shows, they want to create drama because people will watch that. They just, I think, obviously there were scenes where it was like, okay, obviously they set that up. Taylor Cole's not just sitting there reading a book by herself on the pool deck and nobody's bothering her. That's just
Yes.
not what's going to happen. There's always going to be people around. But I think for what it is, I think they gave the super fans a really great experience. And it didn't, from what I could tell, I don't think it took away from anybody else's experience either. So,
No, and reality TV is that balance of real life and
hmm
production, right? And so that's why you'll see like on Real Housewives, oh, they fired this person because she doesn't have an interesting enough life. Okay, so
hmm
sorry, um, because they can't fully manufacture storylines. Like the storylines for these people that they featured were compelling enough to create content around it, but yeah, on a cruise like this, in order to get close to any of the stars, yeah, they had to set things up. Did it
for sure.
feel a little overly set up on some of the things? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
1,000%.
Uh-huh.
But you know what?
Yeah.
This is their first go at it. So I'm going to give them
Yeah.
some grace there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Well, I just wanted to reiterate the besides the initial feeling when you first walk on the ship, the first
yeah.
night's tree lighting,
Oh,
just so enchanting. And again, when we were there, I got teary eyed. When I was watching it through this new lens on the reality show, I got teary eyed because, one, it's like, oh, I want to be there again. But two, it's just, for you and me, it was a special mother daughter thing because we went together. But it was just, we love Christmas so much. We love
yeah.
Hallmark so much that it was just, I feel like it was everything I could have hoped for.
Yeah. It like makes me teary right now thinking about
Yeah, I know.
it. And it's, going to like your town tree lighting is fun for sure. But there's something different about being in an environment where everybody is there for like a singular reason. And you know that
Yeah.
nobody thinks that what you like is stupid, because
Mhm.
be for real, there's lots of people who think Hallmark is dumb,
Yep.
you know,
Mhm.
and lots of people have a problem with it, and that's fine for them. We're not two of them. So,
Mhm.
yeah, just yeah, seeing their experience, even though the tree lighting, it was windy as all get out.
It was so windy. I thought we were gonna get blown right off the ship.
They looked like the tree was gonna collapse on itself,
Yeah. We tried
but
to
it
take a
looked like they
selfie and
got
our hair is straight up in the air.
I'm like wrapping my hair in my shirt, like, oh man. But they look like they had a less windy situation
Yeah.
going on, which is
Yeah.
good.
For sure.
Um, one thing that we did not do, because I don't know why I didn't do this, but we didn't decorate our door. And I
Mhm.
wish that we would have.
Me
So
too.
I was wondering, what would you have done on your door, on our door?
Ooh. Well, having seen some of the ones, they're so creative. I mean, there's some that get pictures of all the Hallmark stars and have them put on a magnet and have them all over, hoping that they'll notice. But what I really loved was the more traditional, like the stockings with your names on it. I might even go as far as to make like a paper fireplace and then put the stockings on the fireplace. I think that would be really cute with a wreath above it or something. Um, Something like that, something traditional. What about you?
Yep. I like that idea. It reminded me when I was there, it reminded me of cheer camp because we would decorate our doors at cheer
Hmm.
camp. And so it gave me that like little bit of nostalgia walking down the hallway. But yeah, I love the stockings. I love because everybody's putting little trinkets, doodads, random things in the stocking. So I love that. Um, but I also would love to come up with something really clever because there were a few people who had something really clever with their last name
Hmm.
or something with Hallmark that was really funny. There was one person that put like a whole passage from a script on their door. It was like
Oh,
from their favorite movie, which was really cute.
uh-huh.
It looked like they had maybe like hand lettered it onto paper and then rolled it up in their bag and put it on
Hmm.
there. So that was cool. And I like the gals who had trivia that changed every day. I thought that was really fun.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that would be fun. Something eye-catching,
Yes.
because the Hallmark talent, it looks like they wander through the halls late at night and they'll put little trinkets in certain doors, and you want
Yes.
something that's going to catch their attention.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
not just a whole door with Tyler Hynes' face or anything like that.
Yeah. Not I love you, Tyler. Marry me. You know how
Yeah.
many times he hears that at an event?
Oh, for sure. And how many
Uh,
times does he get a phone number bracelet?
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah. A
he's like
lot.
the Hallmark rock star. So,
Yes.
but very nice. Seems very, very nice, genuine, so willing to accommodate everybody, stop for every photo
Oh yeah.
and really, really be present when he's there. It's not like, and all of them really, it didn't seem like this was a big, oh, I'm just here for the money kind of thing. It was just like they really appreciate their fans.
Oh yeah. For sure. For
Yeah.
sure.
So
I agree.
So then we have the sail off party, which again I got really emotional because that says the ship is sailing away and all the stars are on the stage and the pool deck is packed and everybody is excited and happy and it's a big party, and uh, Tyler came out in a robe and slippers with a toothpick in his mouth, and I think he did that at ours as well.
Yeah.
Um,
For us, I think he had a cup of tea with him too.
yes, he did. Yeah, like in an actual teacup, not like a disposable. So here's a question.
Yeah.
Would you want a camera crew following you around for the entire cruise?
It felt like they weren't getting followed around a lot. So I don't think I
Mhm,
would have minded it. If it was like a real reality show where they were following you all day long, I would be annoyed by that. But for
mhm,
this, it didn't feel like they really got that much footage of each person. It was like a very specific point in time that they took footage,
mhm.
and that was kind of it.
Yeah, like they had idea of what we want to showcase, and so we're going to film
Yeah.
this now and then. Yeah, that's kind of the feeling I got too. They were able to go off and really enjoy the cruise because you pay a lot of money to go on a cruise. You want to be able to enjoy it and do the things that you want to do too.
Yeah,
Um,
because these people did not get on this cruise for free. They were already booked on the cruise. Maybe they paid
yes,
them or gave them some kind of incentive to be on the show. I don't know. But I
yeah, I
mean,
tried to find that. I couldn't find any information
we
on
would have
that.
done it for free. So it's very
Oh,
possible they did it
100%.
for free.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah, you could
yeah,
tell by
and
their
then
rooms they got no special treatment.
mhm. Oh yeah, the one with the excuse me, with the three gals.
Oh my God.
Man, that's a packed room. If you have three people in one room, and it was not a balcony room, I don't
It
think.
had no window. It was an interior
No.
room. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It's like sharing a walk-in closet with two of your best friends.
Yeah. And it made me think, oh, I'm glad Danny, I'm not that I'm glad Danny didn't come, but I'm glad she didn't come because of that. Um,
Yeah.
because we tried to talk her into coming and it just didn't work schedule wise.
Hmm.
But it would have ours was a lot better actually because I had a balcony, but still
Hmm.
bed wise, it would have been
Yeah,
very cramped.
absolutely. Yeah. And the Mary Exchange, it's hard to tell from TV, but it looked like it was slightly more organized. Maybe they just opened it up to, you know what, if you want to exchange, go out there and exchange with people. For us, they tried to lay everything out on tables, and that was not working because everybody descended upon these tables. You couldn't get near anything, and people were just grabbing things. And as people do. So I think it's more meaningful if you can have that little, eye contact. Here, I made a bracelet. Would you like one? Oh, sure. I brought ornaments. Would you like one? And then you kind of get to know your fellow cruisers instead of just grabbing.
Yeah.
stuff that, you know, you may or may not want.
Yeah. If you want to hear more about our Merry Exchange, go and listen to our cruise episode.
Yeah,
And we'll
that
talk
was
about that. We
interesting.
talked about that in detail. That was probably the worst part of the cruise was that
It was.
for
And I just
us.
sat, because I was on crutches, I just sat in a chair and let you handle it. And you're like, you are not going in there.
No, you'll never come out.
I got you some stuff. I don't know if you
Yeah.
want it, but
I kept a lot of it. I
I did
kept
too.
the bracelets I gave to my daughter, the
Uh-huh.
ornaments I kept, the little trading cards that are like Pokemon cards with the actors on them. I totally kept those. I want to make a
Oh, I did
garland out
too.
of those.
Yeah,
Um,
those were fun.
yeah. So,
There was a
anyways, the
little, I got a
special
little
unique stuff was fun.
nutcracker pen. I have that in my
Yeah,
purse.
yeah, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You did get that. Oh,
So,
cute.
so Carrie and the girls run into Wes, and Paige calls Wes her stepdad, which again, very cringy moment.
Awkward.
Um, he seems uncomfortable. Then we have a gym meetup. Andrew and Paul are working out in the gym, and they just happen to run into Rob. And he tells them about his plan to not only propose to Donna, but also get married on the ship. And so now all the Hallmark stars want to be involved. Um, and do we think they really had no prior knowledge of this, or was this something that maybe Rob talked to production about while trying to keep it from
I
Donna?
think he must have, when he applied to be on the show, he must have
Yeah.
said, like, this is what I want to do. And I noticed during the actual ceremony, Paul said, welcome to their commitment ceremony. So I don't think it was actually a real wedding.
Oh, okay.
Because I was wondering, like, how are they going to get a marriage license? Is it different on the sea? Can you get a marriage license from the captain when you're on a cruise ship? You might be able to.
I don't know.
Because I know
Maybe.
it's kind of like you're on your own in your own country when you're out in the middle of
Hmm.
the ocean.
Yeah.
Um, so, but unless Paul is licensed, he couldn't marry them anyways. So,
Hmm.
um, yeah, when I
Yeah.
heard him
Unless he
say
got
that, I
on
was
the
like,
internet
okay,
really
maybe
quick.
they're just gonna go home and actually get married, but this is like their ceremony type of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I missed that part. So, but that would make sense because they seem like they are really family oriented. So they would want to be surrounded by family for an actual wedding ceremony. So,
Yeah.
um, episode 2, they talk about the photo ops, which we know move very, very quickly. You're in, you're out. Although watching, I would do it a little bit different after seeing what some of these people did. It's like you can get a little bit up close and personal if you want a little. Like one gal wanted to stand right next to Tyler, and he had his arm around her, and somebody else wanted people to come down on their level because the stars are all behind you, and you stand in front of them kind of awkwardly. And so even though it moves quickly, I could have totally played the I'm on crutches. Can
Carry me.
whoever, can I
I've
have all the men
fallen
come
and I
down
can't
here?
get up.
Exactly.
Yeah, some people
But
were really bold for sure. And I would not
yeah,
have wanted the job of moving people along. That
no,
you're like a dream
no.
killer.
You've got thousands of people waiting, and again, it moved quickly. We knew it was going to move quickly, so we didn't complain about it. There were some negative Nellies who complained, it went way too fast. But I think they were very well organized in that getting people in and getting people through the lines.
Yeah. So Victoria and Laura, I think it was one of them. I forget which one. I think it was Laura who was like, that was the craziest 8 seconds of my life, which is
Yes,
true. That's exactly
it
how it
is.
was.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. It
Oh,
goes so quickly, but it's so gracious of them to stand around for hours to make sure that every single thousands of people get their photo op with the
yeah.
stars. So,
Oh, one more thing I wanted to call out from the first episode, I forgot about.
uh-huh.
When Victoria and Laura were getting interviewed, I think it was their first talking head. And one of them, I don't remember which one, said, I just want to stay in our room and hug for 6 to 10 hours because they don't live in the same state.
Oh
And
yeah.
I just thought that was so cute. I'm like, yeah, I understand that fully. That's how I feel when
Uh-huh.
I see my sisters.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, God.
So yeah, we're on episode 2 now. And that's another thing I noted, that Laura and Victoria are so supportive of one another, and Victoria really wants to see Laura make something out of her writing career, and Victoria shares that she is pregnant with her second child, and I don't know. mean, it seems like it was a surprise to Laura.
I think so, but like you could tell she was pregnant. So
You could tell she was pregnant.
maybe she was
Yeah.
just wearing baggy clothes the day that they flew in and just because if they live in different states, you're just seeing each other probably on Zoom.
But in the
So
end, we learn that Laura makes their gowns for the last night's ball.
that's true.
So it's like, okay, did did Victoria send over her measurements? And Laura was like, huh.
That's weird. It's
I
different.
don't
Yeah, you didn't get to see the dresses really fully. So I
Mhm.
wonder if it was like an empire waist or something.
It looked like it, from what I could tell, it looked like it might have been. So
Okay.
something that could give you some room. Yeah. So, and then we see Donna chatting it up with Nikki DeLoach in the workout room. And Donna shares that she's had brain surgery. And I didn't realize this about Nikki DeLoach. She shares that her son has had heart surgeries.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
I didn't either. So I looked that up. At just 5 days old, her son Bennett has was born with a congenital heart defect. So he had life-saving surgery at 5 days old, and then followed by two additional procedures at 12 and 18 months. And now he's healthy, I think 7-year-old.
Wow.
But holy moly, can you imagine sending a 5-day-old infant into surgery?
No.
I got teary-eyed when she was talking about that too. It's just,
Yeah.
as a mom,
That's so
it's
scary.
hard to imagine. Yeah. So then Carrie, Paige, and Alexandra's they get off the ship and they go and they swim with pigs. Is that something that you would do?
No.
Hard pass, hard pass.
That did not look fun. I do not want to be picking up dirty pigs that live on the
No.
beach.
Uh-huh.
And I've heard
Well,
people are like, yeah, they'll bite you. They will full on
they will
bite you.
bite you.
Yeah.
Well, I did a little research. It's $160 to $210 per person to swim with the pigs, and they descend upon you or any boat because they're looking for food, and that's
Yeah.
why they end up biting. And it said that they swim towards tourists in boats, and they love to be fed fruits and vegetables, but they should not have donuts, beer, and chicken bones. Which, for them to say that, means that people have done that, and it's like,
Do not give the
come
pigs
on,
beer. Oh my gosh. We don't need any drunken pigs on this beach.
yeah. Yeah, it said it can be very
Oh.
crowded and they can become aggressive and bite. No, thank you. You take your pigs.
Yeah, see, I would be more like a food tour person. I would do that.
Mhm.
Or honestly just like walk around and
Yeah,
find
shop.
something to do. Yeah.
Sit on the
I
beach
don't
and
want
read
to
a
go
book.
super far into the area because I don't know the area well. I don't so for me that wouldn't feel safe.
Hmm.
But going with like a cruise approved tour boat or tour bus or whatever van or just like staying in the like direct touristy area.
Hmm. Sure.
But I also honestly I loved just staying boat. There was like
I
nobody
did too.
there.
I know.
We
And it
got to
looked like Laura
record
and
and
Victoria stayed on the boat, or did they?
yeah, I I didn't see them get off.
Yeah.
We
And
saw Alicia and Gail get off.
hmm
Um and then Rob and Donna got off.
hmm
And we didn't see anything about Nate and his grandmas on the for that
no. Mm-mm.
time period, I don't think. So yeah.
So then we're moving on to episode 3.
Yeah.
And they're still in Nassau, and Rob decides this is the time he's going to propose to Donna on the beach. He's super nervous. He's got the ring in his hand. He's all jittery. And this is his proposal. I want to get married and I want to do it tomorrow. Did he actually ask her to marry him? Like to
She's
me?
like, okay.
I don't know.
Uh,
That whole scene felt totally scripted to me. Maybe she didn't know it was coming, or maybe she had an idea that this was
yeah.
coming, but
Yeah, I think
still,
he maybe the nerves and the fact that there was a camera in his face got the best of him.
yeah.
Because he did seem like he was very nervous.
Hmm.
Um, it was sweet, but yeah, it wasn't like the romantic proposal. The environment was romantic, but actually the words were not.
Yeah, exactly. And I think maybe that's just kind of who they are, salt of the earth kind of people, and maybe not super formal. And um, she responded well, and she said yes, so
Yeah.
it was super cute. And yeah, she probably thought something was up with the cameras there because they hadn't really highlighted any certain story like everybody else had thus far. And so she's got to be thinking, okay, what is our story? Something must be up.
Right, for
So,
sure.
so then we have Gail and Alicia. And Alicia, as I mentioned, Gail is the introvert. Alicia's way more outgoing. And she wants to get Gail over her fear of riding an ATV. So Tyler Hynes just happens to show up and take her for a ride. And I'm like, heck, lucky girl. I'd be down
I
for
loved
that.
that. I thought that was great because you could tell she was terrified.
She was. That was
She did not
real.
want to do it. And as soon as he
Hmm.
came, she's like, yes, let's do it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If I'm going to wrap my arms around Tyler Hynes, sure, I'll go for a ride. Um, but I thought that whole scene was very sweet because, again, as I mentioned before, he seemed very present with both of them. He looked right at them as he's talking to them. He's talking about getting out of your comfort zone and just just seemed like a really genuinely nice guy. And
Well, he
it's
talked
hard to
about his,
tell.
yeah, he talked about his mom because his mom was on the cruise
Hmm.
and how she's afraid of flying. And he got her on a plane to get her there. And he was really happy about that because he's hoping that will open up more opportunities for her to travel.
Yeah. Hmm.
So, and we saw just like a very short scene with his mom, who seems very introverted,
Hmm.
but very sweet. And
Very proud of her son.
yes, and very happy that he landed at Hallmark because it sounded like she was kind of going the direction of like this could have been very different. this,
Hmm.
this could
Oh
have not
yeah.
gone well.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
But he landed at Hallmark and he's surrounded by good people and he's a good person. So um yeah, I thought that whole thing was sweet. I loved it.
Yeah. It's hard to tell how long they were actually together, but it seemed like quite a while. I mean, they had to ride somewhere and get off the ATVs
Yeah,
and
because I assume they had to pay for this ATV excursion,
hmm. Yeah.
which that also was not cheap. Um,
Hmm.
so if you were going to get off the boat and go on an excursion, is there something that you would want to do? And which Hallmark star would you want to do it with?
Oh gosh. Um,
Not do it. Do the excursion.
oh, that changes things. Wow. Well, I have a segment towards the end where we talk a little bit about different activities we do with this is going way off the rails. Nothing seedy that we do with different Hallmark stars. I don't know. I think maybe I've always wanted to swim with the dolphins, but I've heard that that's not a good thing to do because, well, for one thing, they're in captivity. So
Yeah.
maybe just I don't know, go to a well, that would be Hawaii. I was going to say go to a luau, but go to some sort of a tropical party with all of them. I think it would be
Hmm.
super fun.
Yeah.
Jonathan Bennett, um, Melissa Peterman wasn't on this cruise, but I think she'd be a hoot to hang out with.
Oh my gosh, I
Um,
wish they could get on a cruise, but she's on a sitcom, so I think that's probably hard.
yeah. Go shopping with Nikki DeLoach because she has such amazing style.
Yes, for sure.
That would be
For
great. What
sure.
about you?
I love like local food, so I'd love to do a food tour. And I don't know if she's a foodie, but I really would love to spend some time with Sarah Drew.
Hmm.
I was a big fan of her on Grey's
Hmm.
Anatomy. I love everything that she does on Hallmark, and so um, I think she just seems like a really sweet person. And she writes too. She's written several movies for her lifetime,
Hmm.
so she kind of does a little bit of everything, and I think it'd be fun to chat with her.
Yeah, she seems genuinely sweet too, which we'll talk
Hmm.
about later. Um, so then we move on to the Holly Jolly Pajama Party, which looked like fun. And now I wish we would have stayed longer for that. I think we got on our pajamas and it got very crowded and we went back to our room and got
We
room
went
service or
down.
something.
We saved seats down there like
Hmm.
early so
Yeah,
that you could have somewhere to sit. And then yeah, we stayed for a good portion of it, I think. And then yeah,
that's
then we
right. We did because
it was the ball that we did not stay long for. The ball
right,
was
because
like
it was
10
packed.
minutes and we were out.
Hmm.
That was no ball, Hallmark. I don't know what
Yeah,
you're talking about. That was not a
no,
ball.
no one was dancing. We were shoulder to
No.
shoulder, wedged
That
in.
was sardines in a can watching Jonathan on the
Yeah,
stage.
but we did happen to land in the perfect spot to see all the stairs, the stars coming down the stairs, which was
Yes.
really cool.
Yes.
And you
That
got
was
a great
accidental
video
and
of that.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like watching them arrive at prom or something. It was very cool.
For sure.
So, but we didn't get to see this, but there was a performance by the three wise men at the pajama party in their elf costumes, which was awesome. That was
Yes.
funny. And then Gail and Alicia meet up with Sarah Drew and Aaron Cahill and talk about their friendship and what it's endured and over their 40 years of friendship. And Aaron and Sarah both tear up, which I thought was very sweet. Um, so yeah, I didn't realize that Aaron Cahill and Sarah Drew were such good friends, but
Yeah,
it's
I
neat to
didn't either.
see the different Hallmark stars and who they have connected with over the years and how it is
Mhm.
such a family.
Yeah. Yep, for sure.
And for me, I think Gail and Alicia were a high point for me for the series. I thought they were great. They were very entertaining, good TV. Um, Carrie, as I mentioned, finds Taylor Cole sitting alone reading, and that was again, that wouldn't have really happened. She wouldn't be sitting there by herself without being surrounded by people. No
And
star had a quiet
yeah.
moment reading a book.
Yeah, and this is something that we should call out for people who are going to go on the cruise. Do not allow this to set your expectations for your experience because you will be disappointed.
True. Yeah.
These were fabricated experiences
Hmm.
created by Hallmark and their
Yeah.
production team.
Hmm.
They were so fun to watch, but I would hate for somebody to be disappointed by their experience because it didn't mirror what happened on
Sure.
TV.
Yeah.
And this is just not what happened for 99% of the people on the cruise. Some
Yeah.
people who
Good
made it
point.
their mission to go and find everybody and that was all they cared about, they got
Hmm.
all their selfies, they got their moments, whatever. But most people that just wasn't their main priority. And
Hmm.
so yeah, just be mindful as you watch this that this is not going to be your experience likely on
Exactly.
board.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, there are a lot of events and activities where the Hallmark talent is hosting or taking part in, where you can get up close and personal and get those photo ops, and oftentimes they'll stay after and take some selfies. They're not going to be able to take them with every single person there because there's just simply not enough time. But you will get a good dose of interacting with the stars, or at least sitting and watching them on a stage, or watching them at a panel or something. But yeah, to your point, if you're thinking you're going to find Jonathan Bennett just lounging in a sun chair and you get to sit next to him and sip cocktails, that's not going to happen. It's just not.
Oh, one thing I want to mention, because hopefully people who are going on the cruise are going to be listening to this, bring a portable ring light that clips onto your phone.
Mhm,
Because a lot of the opportunities for photos are going to be at nighttime after an event, like out on the pool deck. A
mhm.
lot of the stars will stay after. And if it's dark, you're going to be at the mercy of your flash.
Yeah.
And that's not always great. So
Mhm.
even if you can
Or
bring like a larger ring light, as long as it's
mhm.
battery powered or can be charged, do that because that'll help you tremendously.
Or even within the interior of the ship, it can be very dark in a lot of the
Yeah.
corridors or in the theater or where some of the events are. So there's not going to be a lot of great light. So if you're looking for that really great photo and you don't have post-production photo experience, yeah, a ring light is a great idea.
Bring an extendable selfie stick and a ring
Hmm.
light, and then just have a bag that's big enough to fit those.
Hmm. And this is a place that they will allow you to do that. Now, Disneyland, totally different experience. You can't bring your selfie stick.
No.
This is what it's all about. You're there to meet and greet and have fun and interact. And that's why the Hallmark talent is there as well. So, and they're all more than willing to take part in that. So then we get to our final day at sea. And Kimberly Sustad and Paul Campbell. Oh, I forgot to mention that Laura has given her screenplay to Sarah Drew and who was it? Was it
Benjamin
Benjamin
Ayers.
Ayers? Benjamin Ayers.
Yes.
So they, or was it? Yeah, yeah. They say they're going to look at it. One thing I forgot to mention, we had talked about how Taylor Cole was sitting reading a book, and Carrie came up and chatted with her, and Carrie shared with her experience with a recent experience of breast cancer and how she'd had to have a double mastectomy, and Taylor opened up to her and let her know that her best friend, Nicole, had died from breast cancer while she was filming A Reason for the Season. And I love the way that she opened up and just had kind of this really meaningful moment with Carrie, because I think we tend to put celebrities up on a pedestal, and they really are, they have the same struggles and the same ups and downs as we all do. So, scripted or not, I love that she opened up and was willing to share her heart with the viewers on that. I just thought it made for a really real moment.
Yep, I agree for sure.
Yeah,
I keep saying for sure. We're gonna
for
notice
sure,
that a
for
lot. And
sure, totally.
for sure, totally.
um, but then, yeah, so Laura has given out her screenplay. She doesn't know what's going to happen, if anybody's even going to read it. But Paul Campbell and Kimberly Sustad come to give Laura some input on her screenplay. And then later, Jonathan Benefit. She benefits from a text from Jonathan Bennett to meet him for a surprise. And if Jonathan Bennett texts me and says, "Come meet me for a surprise," I'm there.
Yeah,
He's a fun guy. I
I'm
want to know
coming.
what's happening. Yeah. So Laura and Victoria arrive, and Andrew Walker and Taylor Cole are acting out a scene from Laura's screenplay, and she is just giddy with excitement, which as I would be as well.
Yes.
So sweet. And who knows? I would love to see her make it. I would love to see her screenplay come to fruition and be a future Hallmark movie. We'll see. We don't really know what it's about. Well, I imagine it's a romance. It's a, they meet, they fall in love, they get married the next week.
Yes.
But yeah, I have high hopes that this actually becomes a movie. And then
Yes.
we move on.
I
Oh, go ahead.
I really thought this was cute. Obviously, this was fully set up. This is not just
Oh
you're
yeah.
gonna run into people running lines in the corner.
Yeah.
But I thought it was super cute, and definitely just from that little piece of dialogue, there was things that needed to be tweaked for sure.
Hmm.
But it sounded like it was a good start. So
Yeah, and I like the way that they were willing to work with her and say, "This is what we think," and then she could see it through their eyes and say, "You know what? You're right. I'm going to go home and make some rewrites because this doesn't work, or this something else needs to be added." And how they can act like that, just like that. Here's a script, now act it out and make it seem real, and it did.
yeah,
I mean, Andrew
totally
Walker
did.
is looking at her, and I'm just like, they're falling in love right before my eyes. I
And
know
then when
they're
Jonathan's
actors.
like, "Oh, wait, let's do that again, and I want you to cross," and I'm like, "Jonathan,
Yeah.
look at you directing this scene."
I know.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's so great.
yeah,
But then we have the wedding, and everybody on the ship has gathered to watch Rob and Donna get married. And oh, but before that, they're hanging out at the pool, and I noticed she just happens to have a swimsuit that says bride.
yes,
And I'm like, did she pack that? Did they have that on the ship that you can buy? She was wearing a little veil around.
yeah.
I don't know.
I
Did
don't
Rob
know.
pack all that stuff, or was this another one of those she knew? But it's okay. She
I
looks
mean,
beautiful.
yes, my husband would not know what to buy if he went in the swimsuit section. He would be like, "What
Or
is
what
happening?"
size?
No, no, he would have no idea.
Here's a little nice little string bikini or
Yeah.
something with a big skirt on it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Um, but so for the wedding, Nikki DeLoach is going to serve as Donna's maid of honor, and she comes down the stairs in this gorgeous satin suit. And I looked it up. It is from Zara.
Okay.
It's white satin with red flowers on it, like watercolor flowers, two-piece blazer and pants. It's fitted immaculately. It's on Zara. I can't find it anywhere except for Poshmark and Mercari, so it must have come out a while ago.
Mm,
Um, but she looked absolutely stunning. And then Tyler walks Donna down the aisle. Paul officiates. Rob and Donna's family watch via FaceTime. And Rob does his vows, and it was very sweet. And as soon as he's done, Donna leans in for a kiss, and then they're like, "Nope, not yet."
wait, wait,
So
wait.
you can see that that's their relationship. Something is touching to them. They're going to lean in for a kiss. It's just going to be spontaneous, and I thought that was super sweet.
Yeah.
Um, and I thought her dress was really pretty. It was fitting for a ship wedding. So then we're wrapping it up. Gail wants to surprise Alicia because Alicia's been such a good friend and she's really been trying to encourage Gail to step out of her comfort zone. So Gail's going to write a song that expresses how she feels about their friendship. And she is going to get help from Wes Brown, who has a Christmas album. Did we know this?
I did not know this, and I
I
want
had
to
no
look it up.
idea.
Yeah.
I did look it up. It's not bad. He actually
Oh.
has a lot of music out, and his Christmas album is called My Kind of Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
He has several other songs out, including a piano and accompaniment to um, the song Zombie by the Cranberries. So I don't know
Interesting.
if he plays the piano, but it's piano music, and then he comes in and starts singing a really scaled down version of Zombie. It's kind of cool.
Oh,
So
okay. I'm
it
gonna look
took
it
me
up.
down a rabbit hole of different Hallmark stars who sing. Wes Brown also did a duet with Jessica Lowndes, who has tons of music on Spotify
I did
and a
just see
big
her
following.
promoting a new single.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know that she was a singer. They did a song called Paradise. It was for one of the Hallmark movies. Bethany Joy Lenz sang for One Tree Hill. She's got a couple
Okay.
songs on the soundtrack of One Tree Hill. Alicia Witt, I did know. Jesse Schramm, Carlos Penavega, we know he was from Big
Big
Time
Time
Rush.
Rush. Yeah.
And then Niall Matter also sings and has some.
Oh,
I don't know if he has other music out, but he has sung on soundtracks for Hallmark movies. So
okay. Cool.
interesting. So
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, Gail and Wes come up with this song. He just happens to have a guitar. Um, and
This, I did not like this scene. I did not care for this. This is
oh,
probably my least favorite part.
it
He
was my
seemed very
least favorite too.
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
When she's like, I want to make up a song about friendship to the tune of Jingle Bells, and he's like, what? And then
He's
his
like,
advice to her is write what you know. Like, oh
uh-huh.
my God.
And
I could
then
tell her that.
I love Alicia and Gail, but that song was terrible. It was
So
just awful.
But you could tell that Gail actually could be a good singer. It was Gail who was singing, right?
Yes.
Or was it
Yeah.
Alicia?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. She could,
Yeah.
she seems like maybe she sings in church or something.
Yeah.
Because she seemed like she was a good singer, but yeah, the song was very bad.
Jingle Bells is supposed to rhyme and nothing rhymed. It was, you know, I can't
Yeah.
remember the words, but it didn't rhyme at all. It just didn't flow well. So that was a miss for me. And yeah, Wes seemed very uncomfortable, about as uncomfortable as he seemed when, you know, Paige was calling him her stepdad.
Yeah. Is he back on the cruise this year or did he take a pass? Is he like,
Maybe
I'm
he's
not
like, I'm going to
doing
spend the
that again?
holidays with my wife.
Yeah, it just kind of felt shoehorned in. And I felt like it would have been more authentic if they just had her go and do it and say, I wrote this song.
Hmm.
I don't think they needed a Hallmark star to pretend to write it with her because
Hmm.
that if he did help her, that wasn't showing off his talent very
No,
well.
for sure. And they
So
already had kind of their interaction with Tyler Hynes anyway, so it's not like they didn't get that opportunity to interact personally with a Hallmark star.
yeah.
Speaking of acting or interacting personally, Paige, Carrie, and Alexander decided to go shoot some hoops, and I didn't even know there was a basketball court on the ship, but there
Mm-hmm.
is, and
Yes.
it must be on the top because they had this big
Yes.
net all the way around it.
Yeah, and there's pickleball up there too, I think.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I heard people talking about pickleball, so that makes
Mm-hmm.
sense. But they're going to just shoot some hoops and blow off some steam. And who should show up but Tyler Hynes and Benjamin Ayers?
Wow,
And they,
amazing.
I
Serendipitous.
know. And Tyler just happens to be wearing a matching velour sweatsuit to Paige. And they take her on in a basketball game, which she wins. And, she shoots her shot by giving him the bracelet with her phone number on it, which, good for you. Way to try.
Yeah, good for you. You're not the first one. There were multiple on our cruise who did it.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
There was one I remember hearing about who just stuck it in his pocket, which please don't do that.
Yeah,
That's
let's not be so personal.
don't
That's
do that.
yeah, don't do that.
Please.
No.
But you know what? If anybody can tell us about a phone number on a bracelet, it's Travis Kelsey, and it seemed to work out pretty well for him.
That's
So,
true.
you
Yeah.
know,
Uh-huh.
go for it.
Yep.
As long as you're not
You
making
never know.
anybody uncomfortable
Mm-hmm.
or holding them against their will,
Yeah.
go for it.
Yeah, and if you get photo ops, be respectful.
Yeah, don't
Don't
try to kiss them or
grab,
anything.
yeah, don't grab them around the waist. Don't, just be respectful. We're wrapping it up. It's the Christmas ball. Everyone is dressed to the nines. It's the final night celebration. And as we mentioned, Laura made gowns for herself and for Victoria, and they have on the crowns and the gloves, and they look like royalty. It's so cute.
Yeah.
And what was fun for me on that night was to see how big everybody did it or how understated. It was anything goes on the night of the ball. And you and I both had like T-length dresses, slightly longer than T-length dresses. And um, it was just fun.
Yeah, it was fun. It was really fun. I think that for this next cruise, the boat is a little bit bigger, so maybe that pool deck area will be bigger because some boats have like a ballroom on them. This boat did
Mm-hmm.
not. It was
No.
too small for that. So there just wasn't room. I hope they call it something else because
Yeah.
there's not room for dancing,
Mm-hmm.
and don't wear heels. I would highly recommend that you don't wear heels because
Mm-hmm.
the pool deck was slick.
Super
You
slick.
slipped several times
Mm-hmm.
because that night the pool was rocking and it was sloshing all over the
The
deck.
water was going all over my crutches. I had strange men grabbing me by the arms, helping me. I'm like,
Yes.
thank you.
Thank you, strange men. We appreciate you.
Yeah. But the stars
uh,
all looked amazing. Nikki DeLoach, once again, impeccably dressed in this black velvet dress with it had like rhinestone encrusted bows down the front of it. And I looked up that one too. It's a T-length gown with rhinestone encrusted silver bows down the front, long sleeves. It is from Saloni and it is $390. So
okay.
if you want to wear Nikki DeLoach's dress, there you go.
It was so pretty. I loved it. I
It
don't know
was very
where I'd
pretty.
wear it, but
Yeah. But yeah, they have the Christmas ball, which, like we mentioned, is not really dancing. It's just a celebration of
mhm,
everything that happened throughout the cruise. The guests depart the next morning, and that is it.
yeah, that is the end. And
That
I
is
don't know about you, but I feel like the last episode was not, it was kind of boring.
it was. I know. I thought
uh,
so, for
I
sure.
just felt like, where's the climax? There's no, like,
Hmm.
I wanted to see people getting, like, packing up, getting off the boat. Like, I wanted to see stars saying goodbye to people. Like, I wanted more of
Hmm.
that. And we got basically none of that. And I have written down like what I would have done differently
Hmm.
if I were to produce the show in the future. And there's a few things I would
Well,
tweak.
I did find an interview with Andrew Walker, and he says the one thing is that the cameras didn't capture the Hallmark stars special private moments with their families and each other. And he wished they would have done that. And I think as fans watching it, especially if you have not been on the cruise, that's what you're looking for. So I think they missed an opportunity to have a little bit of a balance there. Because I agree, I thought the last episode was a little boring. I was thinking, do I even need to finish watching this? Um, but I was hoping for more with the stars, and maybe going forward they'll do that. And maybe some are like, you know what, when I'm on, and when family time is family time, and I don't want that. But it sounds like some of them would be more than willing. So you can see
Yeah.
when they left and went to Nassau, what did the stars do? Because we saw all the guys that went body surfing or jet skiing, or
Hmm.
I would have loved to see more of that as well.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And that's the thing. Like, yes, people like to see real people, but there's a couple of Hallmark Facebook communities I'm in, and a lot of
Hmm.
people were posting. So this is just about regular people.
I read that exact one. Yeah.
And I'm
I'm like,
like,
what is,
yeah, yeah, it is.
yeah.
It's just
Uh-huh.
about regular people. So, yeah, I'm sure some of the stars brought their family, some didn't.
Hmm.
Actually, I think on our cruise, only one person brought her child. I think everybody else left their kids at home.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, but Andrew Walker, as an example, is very public with his family on the internet, so he
Hmm.
probably would be happy to participate.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to wrap it up here with a couple of questions.
Okay.
If you were cast as a Hallmark superfan, what would be your backstory? What would they focus on?
because we have a small podcast, I think that would be my backstory, that like we're trying to record episodes on the boat. We're trying to talk to other people who um, are just attendees. And then we're trying to also rope in some of the actors, even if they can't do, interviews there for the future or whatever. So I think that would probably be my backstory. What about you?
Yeah, that's exactly what I put down too.
Yeah.
Because, I don't have obviously we've all had tragedies happen in our life, but I don't have something that I would want to put out there and say, I'm
Mhm.
here because I overcame this or whatever. Okay, so here's a fun one. Which Hallmark star or stars would you want to accompany you on the following cruise type activities?
Okay.
So the first one is swimming with pigs, which you don't want to do, but if you were going to,
Do not want to do that, but if I was going to do it, um, I feel like Jonathan Bennett would be a good one to go
Mhm.
swimming with pigs because he would make it fun. He would be like, "Come
Yep,
on, just do it. Like it's
yep,
fine."
that's
Um,
exactly what I wrote. Jonathan
oh,
Bennett and Melissa Peterman. Because it'd
yes,
be like I could see him screaming and running from them, but also being so fun and engaging and we'd be hysterically laughing. Okay, you're gonna sing karaoke on the ship. Who are
Ooh.
you going to sing with?
Oh, Ashley Williams.
I put that too. Put Ashley Williams and Wes Brown since we now know that he sings.
Yes, I don't know if she sings, but she seems like a good time. So,
She would be life of the party, a few
yes,
cocktails and any song will sound good.
yes, yeah, for sure.
Okay, we're probably going to be in sync on most of these. Acting out an improv scene.
Improv. Who was really good at improv? Brendan Penny was really good. So that's who I would pick.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
I put BJ Britt because
That was
on
in my
finding
mind too.
finding Mr. Christmas, he was so funny.
It was very
And
funny.
did you see his latest post? Because he did a photo shoot for Entertainment Weekly, and each
No.
each photo he's unbuttoning another button on his shirt until he's like got it flashed open. Boy, is he fit.
In good shape.
Yeah. Okay, what about a little cruise book club?
Hmm. Well, I guess because she was reading on the boat, I would pick Taylor Cole.
Hmm.
Why not? I don't
Yeah.
know who's an avid reader, so
I
yeah.
don't either, but I put because I think it would be good conversation. Aaron Cahill, Taylor Cole, and Nikki DeLoach as a
Oh,
group,
yes.
and
Hmm.
then you could
Yeah, I guess
imagine
a
all
book
kinds of.
club with only one other person. That's
What
kind
did
of
you think?
boring.
I liked it. What did you think? I didn't like it. Okay,
Oh.
we'll see you again next week. Okay, and the final one is miniature golf.
Mhm. Miniature
Who would you
golf.
take miniature golfing? And it can be more than one person.
Who would I go mini golfing with? Um, I think Tyler Hynes would be good for mini golf because he just seems like he doesn't care. He kind of reminds me of Uncle Jesse. Uh,
Yeah.
just like not good at sports, but doesn't care.
Hmm.
Um, into other things. And then, well, maybe I would just pick the three wise men: Andrew Walker, Paul Campbell, and Tyler
Again, that's exactly what I picked
Hynes.
because I think there'd be all kinds of hijinks and maybe they'd break out into their little dance and I think it would just
Yes.
be fun. So,
Yes.
yeah, the three wise men for sure. So, if you guys are looking for some miniature golf partners, Jessica and I,
Yeah, we'd
we're
play mini
available.
golf with you. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Okay, so that wraps up the Christmas at Sea docu-series and yeah, what any final thoughts on it for you?
As far as if they were to do this show again in the future, which they are, I really hope that they spend more time on the little interactions between cruisers, the bingo, and the cocktail tastings. And I
Mhm.
wanted to see more of that and be more immersed in
Me
what was
too.
happening, especially because a lot of those things we either couldn't get into or didn't want to go to because you were
Hmm.
on crutches.
Yeah.
The cocktail tasting is something I definitely would have done, but it was there was like, I don't even know, 20 people could get into that or something crazy.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
so those things I would like to see a lot more of. And I want to see people boarding the boat. I want to see the stars boarding the boat. I want to see them packing. I would have wanted to see Taylor Cole getting the call to say, hey, do you want to come on the boat? Because we just had an opening. And,
She was last
you know,
minute. Yeah.
yeah. So that kind of thing I really would have liked to see more of, because, you know, as much as you want to tell those real life stories, and you do, people want to see the stars. And
What is it really like? Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
And
So
like when we were in the holding area before we boarded the ship, as we're just starting to go on the gangplank, you could see the stars above and they were waving to us and, yelling, "Hi, welcome aboard." That was
mhm.
cool. That would have been a fun thing to see. And really, we didn't see a lot of Jonathan Bennett in the
No.
series at all.
No. I
So
think he
I
was
think
probably too busy
probably, yeah,
to
he's the
be, but
busiest.
yeah, there were no talking heads from any of the stars at all.
No, and I would have liked to see, like you said, more interactions with the stars, just with people that weren't necessarily part of the super fan
Hmm.
um, dialogue. Just, this is these two little old ladies from St. Louis, and they
Yeah.
came here because whatever, and they're getting their picture with Andrew Walker. And, you can always have those people sign off on it afterwards. You don't have to have this big production. You can get lots of shots of lots of different people.
And I think that probably the stars, they didn't do a lot of interviews with them because, of course, they don't want to take away from the experience of them being out with
Hmm.
the people, the attendees, but they could do those after, right? They could always do it
Yeah,
later when
sure.
they get back.
Hmm.
That's what they do for regular reality TV, is they film all that stuff all at once. Um, so yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Hallmark, if you're listening, these are our ideas.
Yeah.
So I'm
And we'd
interested to
be
see.
happy to come aboard and help implement them.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
let us know.
yeah. If you need some
So,
help,
unfortunately, the 2025 Hallmark Christmas Cruise is currently sold out, but apparently you can
hmm
check back on the website on Fridays for updates because some tickets do get released as people reserved them and then find out that they can't make it. Um, Not a lot of tickets, but some tickets will get released. So there are some people that I've
yes.
seen on the Facebook group that have been able to, who thought they weren't going to be able to make it. So keep checking back.
hmm
However, there is the Hallmark Experience, and it's weekends, November 28th through December 21st, and that's Kansas City.
hmm
Yes. Tickets are available at experiencehallmarkchristmas.com. There are ticketed events, including interactive activities, shows, and presentations, but the square is open and you can go there without tickets. There's a Hall market with Hallmark merch, festive food and drink, a card sending station, a Christmas market. There's tree lighting shows, a Hallmark movie marathon, an ice rink, a light walk, and on-demand exclusive screen printed tees. Some of those are at an additional cost. Some of them are just free to walk through the Hall of Lights and
Yeah,
things
we
like that.
really need to go. Maybe not this year, but maybe next year
Yeah, I would love to.
we can
Yeah.
go. I would love to, for sure. And there's also all kinds of other cons. There's Christmas Con that they do in Jersey. And then there was what was that? Hometown Christmas, something that was last weekend
Yeah.
in Georgia.
Hmm.
Um, I'm actually surprised they don't do anything here just because Texas is so huge. But I
Yeah.
haven't heard of anything Christmas related.
Hmm. It'd be cool if they did something in Seattle just because so many Hallmark movies, it pans over the city, you see the Space Needle, and it's allegedly taking place in Seattle. But
Yeah, a lot of them live in Vancouver, so it's real
hmm,
close to just
yeah,
drive down. So, yeah.
yeah.
Anyways, who was your favorite um featured group on the
Gail
Christmas
and
Cruise?
Alicia,
Guild
and
Nation.
they are
Okay.
going to be joining the cast of Finding Mr. Christmas. They're going to be guest
Yes, that's right.
judges
I'm so
on
excited about that.
probably one episode, so they'll be fun to watch.
Yeah, hopefully
What
they're
about
not
you?
as take it off as the other girls were.
Oh my gosh, that was again,
Oh,
be respectful. And they weren't
yes.
like that when they were interacting with Tyler. They were, of course they were giddy with
No,
excitement, but they weren't
no, they weren't
inappropriate.
asking him to take his shirt off or anything. No.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I think my favorite was Victoria and Laura. I just
Yeah,
loved them. I think they were
they were
so
fun.
cute. Yeah, they look like they would be a fun hang.
Hmm.
Um, and I love that they're both creative and, all of that. So
Yeah.
they were my favorite for sure.
Super fun. Well, thank you for listening this episode of Christmas on the Sea. And if you are going on the 2025 Hallmark Christmas Cruise, have so much fun. Just
Yes.
really embrace it. Be ready for lots of holiday cheer, lots of activities, some lines and some crowds, but everybody there is so happy to be there and coming together for a common cause and a common love of Hallmark. You're just going to
Mhm.
have the best time. So,
Yeah.
highly
Take lots
recommend
of
it.
photos and, don't be afraid to ask other people to take photos for you.
So, thank you for joining us.
Yes.
We loved chatting about this, and hopefully Hallmark will take our tips on how to proceed with the next rendition of Christmas at Sea.
Yes. And if you haven't listened to all of our episodes, we did 4 or 5 episodes about, I think 4 episodes about the cruise, one for each day. You can go back in our feed and listen to all of those where we get really into the nitty gritty. And we were recording those as it was happening. So they're very detailed. At this point, I've forgotten a
Yeah,
lot of things, I think.
on the
So,
ship. In fact, I need to go back and listen to them so I can relive the magic of the cruise
yes. Yep.
because it was so
Yep.
much fun.
Yep. Definitely.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Love on the Pod. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at Love on the Pod and share your episode thoughts or ideas by emailing us at loveonthepod@gmail.com. Plus, you can text us with future movie recommendations using the link in our show notes. If you love this episode and want to hear more, please subscribe to the podcast as we drop new episodes weekly. So, whether you're pitching a screenplay to Hallmark stars,
Or riding an ATV with Tyler Hynes.
we hope all your adventures are smooth sailing. Have a great week, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.